you know, hopefully the stream looks okay. Time to close. Let me see actually. Okay, time to close that down. No drop frames, that's always a good start. I would normally do these VOD reviews just as a recording in my own time, but I'm bored and I thought I would do it live instead. So in Academy's VOD yesterday, I reviewed Oasis and Kings Row. From that scrim, this one's just going to be Havana. Just to get an extra one in, and then I'll probably do some more from the later scrims we have. But yeah. I will look at live chat if anyone is watching, so apologies if I do get distracted, but it shouldn't be any longer than the normal VOD review that I do, which is around 40 minutes. But yeah, let me check a few things. Since it is live, I have to get it set up. Alright, let's go. So, we are playing a monkey brawl, or a brawl dive, which means we have brawl supports, a dive kind of tank line, and we basically play it like a brawl, but with dive tanks. So the two main advantages of this comp is that we have a lot of close range damage, and a lot of potential to, well, a lot of mobility really. With Lucio speed, Mora's fade, Summer's TP, Reaper's Wraith, and his teleport, Monkey's jump, Diva's jets, we have a lot of mobility to chase them down. And we're playing this comp where we're going to play it on the front door here. So we have, let me select a colour for this, let's just do a blue. So there's 3 points in the store we can hold, which is here we hold, if it's not shown, that's great, sorry about that. There we go, you can now see it hopefully. So we have 3 main points, which is this door here, the door back there, and then this door here. Now, since the enemy normally comes out this front door, this is the first door we want to hold at. And we just hide here, go here, just don't use speed boost, we go to this door. Because in 3 seconds we don't need to use speed boost. Now if they come out this door, which they are doing, and we're holding here, we speed boost to this door. And because of their front line, we have the advantage. They're playing a slow dive with a McCrane Tracer and Monkey Zarya. So the whole point of this comp is to make Zarya the carry as the fight goes on. So what they want to look to do is charge the nano, charge Monkey's ult. So the 2 combos are going to be the Grav, the Tracer pulls, and then the sorry, not Primal, the Monkey and the Nano. And they're the 2 main combos we want to look for. So the way they're going to do it is Monkey jumps in, Zarya bubbles, Zarya get charged. As the fight goes on, Zarya is going to become the late game carry. And the way we shut down Zarya is by killing Monkey fast, because there's no one else on the front line that Zarya can bubble and get charged from, except from the Tracer maybe in the back line. But at that point they just lose so much pressure, and after Monkey's down, we shut down Zarya, and then the whole comp is dismantled. So yeah. I also need to change this, because it helps. So let's see. Zarya pushes alone, uses a personal bubble, that's good, she's already pressured out. And then Monkey jumps up top, we pressure him out as well. Now we're playing very split here. I don't know who you're trying to heal there, but no one really needs healing at this point. We're still all fairly high HP, but we're very spread out. The Monkey's in the back line. This Monkey's fed. He went up here and then dropped down here. And our Diva's now taken high ground from the Monkey, and he should be our next target. We already pushed Zarya out, she already used a personal bubble, so Zarya's not a threat, she's still in spawn. Monkey's basically feeding half HP in our backline with our supports, and we should be going for him. Let me see, where's Sombra? Oh, that is Sombra. Who's... Okay, I don't know why Kira's all the way back there, but you know. We move. So yeah, focusing the Monkey should be key here. He's our place, he's nowhere near the rest of the team, he's the main focus. We're nearly killing the crew here, but we should have went for the monkey. I'm pretty sure that's either a blink or recall, but I'm not sure. But yeah, kill the crew. But because we're focusing on this, Brig's next target, and then because Zari's here, we go for Zari next. But we are playing this very split. So yeah, playing back here behind the cars is great. Now, we're not really having any initiative here. Our monkey is stood on cart in this position here. We want to hold here, and they're basically pushing out this door while our monkey is just looking to the right, and looking on the crew. I'll get that in position again. So this crew's alone, yes, but these are closer for us, and this is who is pressuring us the most. If we want to go on this crew, we need to go as a group together, and that call needs to be made. But because only one person is looking for the crew, which is our monkey, the rest of the team's not gonna know what's happening or where the crew is unless he really calls it. So correct call would be just crew alone, right side, speed crew if we have speed. If we don't have speed, we just need to keep out pressuring them. If we pressure them and push them back, where's my pen? If we go here, pressure them back here and hold here, the McCree's going to have to outposition himself even more than he already is on a flank that he can't get any cover from, and then we kill Cree next. But yeah, right now we're just taking so much support, giving them so much space. Our main tank's going in with 1 HP, he's dead. Now there's not really much we can do from that. We lost our main tank, the fight's already lost, we're just all spread. So yeah, that's lost. So next fight we have Cole and EMP. If we can charge Blossom fast, we should try and use the EMP Blossom. However, we can initiate with our Cole. They're going to be looking for a grab pulse, so we basically need our Diva to mark their Zarya, so she can't grab. This monkey's dead, he's feeding, playing way too far up. That stops her push. Zarya's next target, because she's very low HP and is full charge, so she's a bigger threat than anyone else on their team. The position we're holding from here is great. Because we're playing such a group comp, we want to hold here. Now, we have cover while we're holding here. If they go in here, they're at a massive disadvantage, so they should not go in this building to the right. If they go main, they're going to be close to us as well. And we have the jump on them, as long as we play the smart. Now, I'm pretty sure in 2 fights here, we look for our EMP Blossom, which is an amazing combo. Ferric sits up top left, sorry. Here, Soma looks for EMP here, and we go down, look for that, which is great. There was a bit of miscommunication, and I know people said in the scrim that they did call it, but the only thing I could call was Noodle setting up for EMP, and then Ferric setting up top left. There was no real plan from what I heard, so we also waste Diva Bomb in the mix of that. Either ult combo is great. I would prefer, as the general ult combo, for it to be an EMP Blossom. The only time I would really use Diva ult in this comp would just be to maintain and hold space. A lot of the times with the Diva play you're doing, you're playing it to go for big 5-man bombs, big 6-man bombs, 3-man bombs, anything like that. You just want to try and, you're just looking for a good like massive player, and in a scrim environment it's not a good mentality to have. A lot of the times Diva Bomb, you use it to remark, use it for anything like that. In this scenario, because we're holding this corner, and if they start pushing us with a grav bomb, something like that, or high noon, if we just bomb on this corner, we can hold all this space here, all this space here. It either forces them into this building or into this building over here, and either way, whichever building they go in, they're at a disadvantage. They go in here, they're not really that big of a threat, they're in a tight space. They go in here, they're not a threat either, and they're in a tight space next to us, which means we can push them. So that's how we should be using Diva Bomb here, if the fight is looking lost. So I've pushed up pretty far alone, that's good for us. She can't do much, the team's very split, Monkey's on the right side. And yeah. Impy comes out, we hit the Blossom. This Monkey should have been pushed a lot farther. Like, one thing we do a lot, especially when we're looking for big combos like this, is we play like pussies. We basically back off, which makes the enemy think, oh, something's going to happen. Because if we back off to here, like, there's no reason to give up all this corner. Like, this space controls here. This is like a choke point. There's only this much distance between these two areas. So this is a choke point for us. This is another choke point. And when we're playing a close range comp, it's really good to play around these areas. Now, if we back up here, they're going to expect something, which they didn't, which is stupid. But yeah, we back up here. There's no reason for us to back up there. So if we played this against a higher team, they would know something's coming, because there's no reason for us to give up this much space against them. So if we can play this corner, they're going to be fighting this area. It will be a bigger EMP and a bigger Blossom, as it would get all 6 of them here. They wouldn't really expect it as much, because we're not backing up, we're still looking to fight. So yeah, anytime we do a combo like that, fight. Initiate onto them, just play where we normally play, act like nothing's happening, act like we're looking for an opportunity, and then look for an EMP Blossom while they're all grouped up. Don't back up like we're waiting for them, we're waiting for something to happen. Make something happen, and then we do the combo, because they're going to be distracted. Also, if we were playing that fight without the EMP Blossom, we should have killed that monkey in those areas way sooner. We didn't have a Reaper and Sombra, but we should have initiated harder on that monkey there. He survived way too long, especially with the Zarya up front. So yeah, we set back up again. They now have Primal High Noon. They don't have Nano yet, so they can't Nano Monkey. So that's not big a threat for us yet. The Cluster Briggle, which is a threat because we have very little damage, and especially against their armor, it's going to be a hard threat. But really, what they should be doing is they should High Noon here, around this area or back here, to just make us back off. Or they should look for a Grav and a Pulse, since we're sat in such a small area holding this corner. We can use Lucio B as a counter to that, or as an engage. We have Primal to go in the back line, just knock the supports back, and we should be good here. So yeah, once again here, we're playing so spread out. Like, they've pushed all this distance, and in the meantime, we're playing like, we have our, like, we're just dawdling back here, and then as soon as they start getting to the corner, we're then deciding to hold here. We should already be set up on this corner and know they're pushing in. We shouldn't just be spreading out and backing up, just being like, oh, you know, it's not a problem, we've ruled them so far, you know, we need to be set up at constant, at all times. Because currently our monkey doesn't really know where they are. And that's a big problem, because our main tank is our main shot caller and our main target caller as well. Yeah. So they use Bubble on Monkey. It was a bit early, and with our Reaper not really, with Sombra not that big of a threat just yet, it's kind of a wasted bubble. Our Reaper's set very far back, so we haven't really engaged hard on the monkey yet, so when we do engage hard on the monkey, they're not going to have bubble to save him. Here, we should be engaging onto the monkey. The team's quite spread out. The Brig's not that big of a threat. The Brig's not playing front line, she's playing back line. And we should be engaging on this monkey much harder here, especially when we have a Reaper here. The monkey has no bubble. And there's not really that big of a threat for us. Zarya is massively out of place. Monkey uses a jump to back off. And now his team's left in the open. This Zarya is our next focus. Zarya's high charge, she has Grav, the Trace is set up ready to pulse. We should be melting this Zarya down. Good beat to save it. We eat the pulse as well, so that's amazing. Now there's a bit of split target focus here. Our Reaper's going for the monkey, which is alright. He's warding the monkey off. The monkey's probably going to die to our Reaper realistically, so that's fine. We're deciding to go on the Brig and the Zarya here. Since Zarya has bubbled Brig, Zarya's going to be full charge at this point. So we need to focus the Zarya first before the Brig. And look how Zaru's like positioned herself. She just badly positioned. Monkey just should get melted here. Okay, that wasn't wasting Nano. Monkey, Nano in a Pyro Monkey is just bad overall. Doesn't output enough damage. Should never have done it. But yeah, Tracer's in our backline, which our D.Va's focused on. That's good. You're marking the Tracer. Really good for us. Zaru still should be our next focus. Zaru really shouldn't survive this long in the team fight. She needs to be our next focus, because the whole point of that is a slow dive. You charge Zaru, Zaru becomes the carry. She's our main problem. Primal the Nano Monkey out, which is good primal, it wasn't back, but Zari is the main threat here. She's still half HP, melting down our D.Va, and we've killed her, but our D.Va's now demeched, and there's a Tracer still in our backline, so there's not really anyone that can really go on a Tracer, because we don't want our Monkey to go on the Tracer, as he needs to play front line. But they're down 2, they have 3 up and cart, we have 3 people and then a baby D.Va, and our Lucio and D.Va are focused on that, so it's basically a 2v3 and we should just back up and regroup. Okay, they've opted to just back off, that's fair enough. So yeah, we regroup on the corner. Tracer's still a threat in our backline, especially when our supports are trying to get back. Alright, we used Fade to get here. And especially against that comp, when there's a Tracer just in our backline, we don't need Fade to literally just go from here to here. Like, going this distance, there's no threat to you. The Tracer's fire in the back, there's no reason for you to use Fade. When they're playing that comp, there's a lot of reasons you want to, like, say Fade. Monkey can feed and try and jump in the backline. They have the Tracer to go on our backline, and using a Fade like that makes their Tracer see an opportunity to go on you, especially when we have our Monkey playing this far up and we don't have a D.Va to protect you. And with our DPS playing far up, there's literally no one to peel. So currently, if that Tracer went on you, you will probably die.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Okay. Brig, way too soon of a rally from her, and she should be a target. She's playing so far split from the team. If she passes this corner, the Ana can't see her. The Monkey's in the right side, so I was coming around corner. Brig needs to get melted here. She's rallied and then went in straight away, which means none of her team are going to get her armor packs that she supplies from her ult. So she's really just not a threat. She's actually just feeding into our team. Monkey just jump her, she should get melted. Another good Blossom. We're still not focusing on Zaru here. Killing the Monkey good. Zaru still needs to die. We can't let her get out. Yeet of a pulse from that Tracer. That was just on a whim there. Tracer dies. Ball should be able to touch here. That's a great bomb to ward him off. Gets 2 picks. Ball used shields, but we should be able to hack him, hopefully, when it comes back in. Big hack. We could have saved it since Ball was already low, and then maybe we got the Rhino with it. But yeah. This is already won, they're just staggering in, they have no really grouped up potential. If they were on a swap to a Moira, it might have been a bigger threat, but... Ball's the next big target focus as he's hacked. And now if we bubble, that Ana becomes no threat, and yeah, that's one. We played that very well. We held them in the choke point for the majority of that, and that's where we want to hold them, so we played that extremely well.
0-0. Switching sides. Ready for battle.
So now we are on attack, and I think I'm just gonna skip ahead because this team was messing us about and was waiting ages.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
So I'm pretty sure, yeah, double sniper comp with a double shield. Judas playing Ball, but he's gonna switch to that Sigma. The comp they're playing is a meta, kind of. Instead of playing the Ball Zarya, he's playing Monkey Zarya with the meta DPS and a variation with the Ana Zen instead of the Brig Zen or Mercy Zen. Which means they're going to output a lot more healing, a lot more poke damage because of the Zen. And because we're playing a double shield, double sniper, with our Sigma shield, with the Sigma shield having a 2-second cooldown, we just want to make sure we take off angles, and this monkey is just going to get melted.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
So yeah, because Sigma switched late, he's going to be late out the door. Monkey jumps in, gets bubble, Tracer's on a flank already. They don't really have any real engage potential here, so we just push up. One thing we tend to do a lot here is our off tank and main tank are very spread out. As main tank, you don't need a certain cart. You have Bap to sit on cart. Bap just sits there. He's not a problem. What you should be doing is pushing on this corner here. Hold this area here with your shield, this corner. It means Zen's less of a threat. Zen has to back off. He can try and go for picks, but him in the open when we're pressuring the tanks there, he has to back off. Otherwise, he has risk of just dying like to a one tap. Tracer's not that big of a problem. She tries to come in, she's just gonna get dropped by one of our DPS. So yeah, we shouldn't play tanks on the payload here. We should push our tanks to corner. No reason for you to give up that much space. They're giving you free space here. They're not pressuring you out. Your Sigma's pushing up, which is good, but you should do the same. Now, that's a great pull on the monkey. Monkey's failed his jump. We bursted down his Zarya's personal bubble. He's used his own bubble. It's a bad bubble position anyway because it's not covering any area. He's failed his jump, and we should kill him. That's great. I think you die here. Oh, okay, you survive. Great use of cover. You died in the end, but great use of cover, especially against their beam. The beam was here, you moved around, payload here to avoid it. Echo had to use a fly to outposition herself to secure the kill here, which means she's now in the open to both our snipers with no movement ability to get out. So yeah, she did get the kill on you, but she's now in a terrible position. She's just going to float to the ground, have to play on the right corner here because that's the only cover she has, but she should die.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Or not. Okay. Zarya's the next biggest threat, because she's already got full charge. She's wasted a bubble on the Echo because Echo's around the corner, and she's wasted both her bubbles. She has no cooldown, she should get melted. Nice, this is a great push here. Zarya's really not in a good position, she should have just backed off, and she's dead. Or at least should die. We did lose our main tank, so we just need to play a bit more safe. Tracer's literally thrown here. Her playing there is bad. We should have called her out and put pressure on her. But yeah. Now it's just a monkey and Echo main. We just pressure them out. If they dive in, they're just going to die to us. Monkey's already used his bubble. He has no Zarya bubble to protect him. And this is just free poke for us. He can't do anything except, you know, just die. Tracer's still on the back line. Okay, we didn't kill her, she's still a threat. But yeah, they're fully regrouping here, and we should just be able to get point, hopefully. One thing, there's no point trying to shoot Tracer there, you know, your hands is on him already, you're not going to do much. As you see, didn't even get assist on him, so you didn't even hit any shots. And with them regrouping, you should have just went straight to point, in case they tried to recontest. Now on this point, we nearly have Hansa-Ult, we nearly have Window, we basically nearly have, let's say 5-6 ults. They have their Echo copied, the Tracer Pulsar and a Nano, and they just switched to Brig, so we're at advantage here. Ult-wise, we're at advantage. There's two positions we really want to play from on this point, to get our hands in a good position. So we can push top left here, up here, around here, and then there's two ways we can push. They don't have Zen anymore, so they want to play more defensive. So we can either hold this corner and force them to play around this area, This, because we're forcing them to play in this area, it means we can get easy Hanzo Dragon on this area, potentially kill the Zarya and make him drop down, and then we have the high ground. We could also go up here, play top, and they slowly push through this area. We could also Hanzo ult here. A Hanzo ult going from here to here, that would stop him from escaping, and we could just out pressure them here. They wouldn't be able to go to any corner. They could go here or drop down here, but either way we still secure the high ground. Another position where we could go is on the right side here. Go up here. As we're pushing up, we Hanzo Dragon in this direction. We'll put them in a small corner, and then only DPS are really a threat. And then the three options where we can go. Either way, we want to look for a Hanzo Dragon. Any bob we want to use, putting it to contest cart, putting it in one of these areas where we contest the DPS from flanking is a really good bob. And most of the times when we use bob with this comp, we want to do a bongo bob, because we want bob to do as much damage as possible. So I should have said this at the start, but the main combos is bongo and our bob, pull and window, dragon and pull. We just use Valk as a support when we need it. We could also pull Flux against their comp. They're looking for a Triss Pulse and a Grav Echo Transform into our, probably one of our DPS, potentially our Sigma. So they ult our DPS in the air, something like that. They want to nano the monkey. It's still like a slow dive comp. So yeah, they just look to charge the nano. They did use nano last. No, I'm dumb, sorry. But yeah, the monkey should go in with nano here. We're playing very fast split here. Monkeys use the jump, monkeys use his bubble. That's great for us. Now we're pushing top left. If we want, a lot of the times here, we dedicate it to something, and then one of us just split off and did something completely different. If we're pushing top left here, and our DPS are deciding to go here, which leaves them in the open, and in a small area against our Winston and Echo, that's their own fault. If they want to play it how you would normally play it, sure. But if we are going to play up here, we need to play as a team. We shouldn't back off just because they're getting threatened there. Play as a team. Because now your Sigma and Hanzo are split off, and they have no heals. See, if we just kept playing top there, the monkey wouldn't have jumped in. The monkey probably, like, there's no real position he could go to without getting bursted down. If we played the Orisa up here, you could pull them right into your face and probably burst him down faster. Especially when you're hitting headshots against him. He's been nanoed, but he's still dead. He's 1 HP, he used his bubble. His bubble's useless. And now, look where they're positioned. Now, we have the monkey here. He's up there. And we're playing here. The Triss is a problem, but if we move up to this area here, and hold this area, the Triss isn't really going to be that big of a problem. You can easily push her out, especially with a Hanzo in the face. Zarya is a problem, but she's massively out of place, and the monkey is as well. The monkey should have been bursted down way earlier, and he's now dead. Zarya's now a problem because she's in our backline. And she should die. There's no way she survives without any healing. No one's really supporting her from the front line, which is very bad. But yeah, we push up. And because we now have Hanzo Dragon, there's two positions where we can force them. If we play up here with double shield, it's quite close to them, but it's a close area. If they grab and pulse our tanks, that's fine. Like, the Tracer would have to either go on this massive rotation, potentially get picked off by one of our DPS, or just run through our tanks to look for a pulse. And our Orisa and Sigma can just shield them, block it, honestly. And because we have a Hanzo Dragon, if they go top here, and our tanks are playing here, it forces them to play our Brawlers or go here. And Hanzo Dragon in this area is really good. It also forces them to go bottom left here, which is another Hanzo Dragon. Is a good ult there. But either way, we should play it close. No reason to play far back. Now you are playing far back here. I can get the logic with wanting to play ranged, but there's certain areas where we want to play close. Just because we have the Hanzo Dragon, you can play close, you can play close, you can play it safe, you'll just get window. Sorry, not window, lamp. Because if we play in this corner here, and we lamp on this corner, they can't shoot lamp, because lamp's going to be here, it's going to have the radius around there, and that kind of radius. So if we're playing here, all we need to do is back up there, wait in immortality. They can't see immortality to break it, and we're safe, we're fine, we get healing, we survive that. And same thing if they do a grapples, same thing, lamp's going to save us, and we can look for a dragon and force a flank comp to play in a small area. Because if the DPS go down here, especially Echo Tracer, they're just going to be open to both our DPS. So yeah, play it close. We now see monkeys there already, so we're just letting them, group up, we're letting them get so much space. Very late hands ult, because they're already there. It's a late hands ult, but it pressures the Brig out, it pressures the Ann out, and we really should be pressuring these tanks are now. If Orisa played closer, they would have less position here, there would be less of a threat. But because it's only our Sigma here, our Hanzo's here, Hanzo has to back up because he's half HP. Sigma's literally 1 HP, and he should die. Very bad lamp, late lamp. I wouldn't have even tried to throw lamp from here to here. It's risky. Your Sigma's dropping anywhere. It's just a waste, especially just for one person. This fight's lost. They got a nice growth and pulse. I'm actually gonna do something real fast, sorry. Let me... hopefully stream doesn't lag while I do this. And it is, that's one, okay. That's one, okay. Sorry. Small. Alright. I'm gonna open a window and then get back to this because it's quite hot in my room. That's good. Alright, let's go back to it. So yeah, we got Grove Pulse, we lose this. We group up. We still have Window, we still have Bongo, we still have a Bob. So next fight we should look to either pull Window or Bob Bongo. Zarya's playing quite far up. We could have pushed and killed Zarya if we all grouped up. But now we're splitting up, kind of. And there's no kill potential on Zarya anymore, she's already out. They have the Primal, they have the Echo. What they want to do in this comp is they want to push one of our sides, the Winston Primals, at either one area, or if we're playing group, the Winston wants to split us up with Primal. And that's how we lose this. Now we are going in and splitting up with our Orisa here. You have both our DPS with only a Mercy Pocket here, especially against two flankers. This is bad. Sigma's split off with no DPS with him. This is really bad. We're still pushing. Look, we're still pushing. Our Orisa is far back. Our Sigma needs to rotate. Both our DPS are pushing. This is bad. We should never push with our tanks on the front line, especially against a comp like that. Good pick on the Echo. Now we're setting up on this top left high ground. The only cover they have is here. The monkey's on low ground. The monkey's looking to jump up here. If our Orisa was, if we waited for Orisa and we set up back up here, they're probably going to move into cover. And our Orisa will be set up. We could look for a pull window. We're in a great position. If we windowed here as well, we could easily get one of us on cart, get our Sigma on cart, and just push the payload for free. Great anti from them. Great rock to knock the Winston down. We've made him use Primal, and we should be fine here. That's not good. Okay, so we got split up. The monkey somehow split us up. Ash is distracted on Tracer in the back. Sigma and Mercy got knocked down. Mercy got picked off, so already down a support. Ash is distracted, and we're very split. Both our tanks are low ground, our Hanzo's on the high ground looking to get a pick on the Ana, and our tanks are in a bad position here. What they should do here is focus Sigma, since Sigma's closer and you're near a shield. He's also weaker, especially when you pull in Monkey. And Sigma has no armor. Sigma becomes primary focus. Great use of Lamp, but once again, I don't think it's worth using Lamp to save one person. We're already in a bad position with the Tracer in the back line. We're already split. This Zari's, Orisa's dead here. Like, there's no one to really help her. The Zari's high charge, and there's no really use of Lamp there. We just lose this fight. We shouldn't have used Bob there either. So we got their Copy, Primal and Nano of that fight. Next fight, they're looking for another Grav Pulse. And they have a Rally as well. And we still have a window. Our windows are ultimate. We can just use it to just create space. Window should be used at least every fight, honestly. You can charge it so fast, and keeping it this long is just bad for us. And we could have used it a load of times just way earlier. Here they're playing very group. They have Rally, so if they play group together, they can all get Rally stacked. But yeah, Zari's playing very far up here, and because we're pushing as a group, Zari is a primary focus, especially when she's very hard charge as well. She's half HP, she gets out. It was a great attempt at a rock. I don't know, where's... Yeah, so this is a problem. Okay, so a lot of the times in this comp, or on this map at least, we decided to push on these areas. We wanted to go bottom left. Like, our main tank called bottom left, and we're still pushing high ground. Now, I don't think there's any reason to push bottom left. Like, against their comp, they have a Anna, they have the Echo, they have Zara. All the comp can really fuck us in small range. We don't want to go low ground here. If we go low ground, the one can just bubble and just burn us down. We're playing in such a tight area. We could, especially when they have the Grav and Pulse. Like, it's just a bad area to play from. Echo has AoE stickies, Winston has AoE fire, Zari can AoE right click. Like, Tracer in a small area is just massive, especially in this area, especially when we have double sniper and need to give our snipers space. Playing like this is very bad for us. We need to take this high ground. If we take this high ground, there's, like, with their comp, there's nowhere they can play. But yeah, we are splitting off here and this fight's lost. Bad's gonna die early with Orisa. Wasted window. Another, like, thing here is, you push them from a small area. With window, you want to have range, because when they have a comp like that, as they're doing now, they can just run through the window and the window becomes useless. So yeah, bad window. And they use Grav. They still have Pulse, however. So yeah, that was a bad push. We shouldn't have called or even tried to go bottom left there. We should have taken high ground. Since I use Grav now, I think the best push here is pushing either top right or continuing to push top left. A lot of the times, our rotation, that's the plan. 1 second, sorry. Okay, it's gone. Okay, cool. Alright, so a lot of the rotations we did, we're not thinking about it. We literally thought, like, Ooga Booga, we can only go here, here, here. We didn't think about going, like, different colour. Here, here, here. Like, this is what you gotta think about. Here is great. We get so much range on them, and we get so much space. Here is where they're all set up. They're all set up here. Like, if we push here, we can create the same amount of space, push around to here, and do, like, create so much space. They have to drop or back off, and if they back off, they have risk of dying. And we now have the high ground. We've secured the high ground, and yeah, we're just making so many dumb rotations. We're really not thinking about it. Once again, Sigma's split off alone, not with the team. Very bad. Like, especially on this map, like, if we used a normal double shield, like, for example, if we were playing defense first point with a double shield, the way double shield is, we want to play from range. Snipers play up here, Sigma places his shield here, he shoots down, Orisa plays top. When it gets to corner, Orisa drops around, say, payloads there, she drops in the corner, payload there, and contests the payload. And we play from off angles there. And it really depends on a map. On a map like this, there's not off angles we can take, especially against a Winston, Echo and Tracer. The Sigma's useless against that, and especially with Sigma not going anywhere with him. Yeah, the Sigma has 2 seconds to replace a shield. So even if he did go up here, shield like there and played here, and took an off angle with the snipers playing here, the Tracer could just easily, or the Echo easily, go on a flank, and Sigma wouldn't be able to really help them unless they distracted all three of them. And same with this area, the Orisa could try and pull them, but with a Winston as well. If Winston coordinated a dive with the Echo and Tracer on one side of us, it's bad. It will be a massive rollover for us and a massive problem. And we just need to play grouped. We can't split off against that comp. There's not many areas where we have the advantage when we split off. Good pulls from them. A very late lamp. We're now just throwing ults at them. We go for a flux, which is very risky when you're alone. Our Mercy already died. We already wasted lamp, so that's a great push potential for them. They've nanoed the monkey in, and we've used Bongo. Firstly, they've already engaged. Bongo's way too late here. We already don't have lamp. Like, there's three key things that predicted this as a lost. We lost our Mercy first. We used a lamp to try and save a Mercy. So, firstly, we lose our res. We lose Bongo. We then lose our Sigma. Then we use Bongo late. Soon as we lost our Mercy and used our lamp, we should have just backed off. There's nothing to save us. We've now wasted Flux and Bongo there.
Survival of the fittest.
And if we, like, at this point, just because the comp's not working, I think we should have just changed it up, tried to play something different. A Brawl Dive would work against that, or a Monkey Brawl, whatever you want to call it, the Reaper Sombra comp. You could even try a normal dive against that. I think if this, because you tried to make this work so long, and you just didn't make it work, because one of you just didn't listen to the plan, or one of you, like, you just weren't listening to each other here. So you should have just switched the comp. Or actually try to figure out what you're doing instead of playing it very stupidly. Because this Zari's, look, Zari's playing close each time, and like, she's playing low ground, which means if she wants to go high ground, she has to go all the way up here, or all the way up here, which means she's going to be out of the fight a long time, and won't be able to help a monkey when he's playing this far forward. So, yeah, we then again, Sigma's going top left, we're going top right, Sigma's dead. He's running into all them with no cover. He's dead. Now we're going top right stairs. We're already down a Sigma. We're already very, like, just like, what the fuck. Good pick on the Ana. Tracer's in the back line now. Good lamp. We were all low HP, and there was actually great use of lamp. That's where we want to use lamp, is when we all need lamp. If more than like 2 people need lamp, sure, go for a lamp. If one person needs lamp, don't use it. It's literally waste. We are down lamp and our BAP now. This fight's lost. The last 2 fights we literally lost because one of us split away from the rest of the team.
Hello. 10 seconds.
Helden sterben nicht.
Now we're just going for the contest. Zarya's in a good position against us, honestly. And with our comp, because we had to switch up to contest, there's nothing we can do here and it's lost. And judging on the time, we don't win. So, 45 minutes first map, okay. We can now do, I'll do the second one now. I've already done King's Row, Oasis, Havana. Let's do, sorry. Trying to think where we did alright. Let's do Hanamura. I need to stop typing Hanamura and actually type the code. 28. Let's go. We play Hanamura a lot, so we should do well here and we should know what we're doing. Pause it straight away because it's so we're in defense. Now, a few things. We already know they're playing meta a lot. These guys basically play meta every map. Then we change pen color. Let's do it green. So yeah, they played meta every map, so we now have a Brig and our Ana to protect our Ana. So 1 second. Sorry. Yeah. So the way we want to play this is, well, the way we want to position our, fuck, that's a big line, Jesus. Our Ryan wants to stand here, our Zarya plays in this corner. McCree wants to be back here as well with the Zarya. Brig should be kind of in between, so just say in this back area. Anna's playing very far back. And if we call that Trace is making a rotation, our Brig can make the rotation and go back there to save our Ana. But currently, we're in kind of good positions. Ryan's just going for early fire strike. Brig's playing this far up. Like, we play the Brig to protect the Ana from the dive DPS, but yet we play the Brig far forward, which isn't good. McCree's very far forward as well. So that's what we need to watch out for. Zarya playing up here is fine, as long as she makes a rotation to go here. And we have a Mei, so we might as well play it close on this area. Now, we're all grouped up, we're in a bad position. Ryan's playing it smart by playing this corner here. This corner is good corner. Fuck me, my DPI is too high for this. This corner here. This is good. There's also this corner, but none of us are making use of. Because we're opting to play Brig and we have a Mei with it, it's kind of like we're playing Ball Torture. Because we're playing it slow with our Brig. Because Brig in this comp is here to protect the Ana. And here to protect the Kree. Because they're the main vulnerabilities in our comp against a dive comp. And because of this, we need to play it slow. We can't play the Zarya here. Zarya playing it here is bad. You're this far away from cover. That's where you're playing. And then you even opt to play here. Zarya becomes a late game carrier. So Zarya dying early is bad for us. Zarya needs to play on this corner here with our McCree, because McCree needs range from them, and McCree still gets value from that range. And even if they dive this far forward, it's going to be bad for them. Playing Brig here is also bad. Ball wasted slam, so they have to wait now. And look, Ferox is playing it smart, playing around cover. He knows that we have we don't have a Lucio, so we need to play more defensively. So he's playing more defensively. This position from our Zarya McCree is just bad. You play not near cover. If you play here, it's bad, because especially when you're playing Zarya, you need to be the lane group carry. They can pressure you out. There's no way you can go. Play it here. You can fall back to point. Also, by playing Zarya this far forward, you can't really see anyone to bubble unless you turn around. Now, where's our Brig? Where's our... Okay. I'm pretty sure we stunned. Brig stunned, and McCree stunned the ball. Ball's half HP, use shields, and ball doesn't die because Zari's focusing the front line. And that's why Zari shouldn't be this far forward, because when they're playing a dive, like, you're distracted on the front line instead of the person actually in us. We're quite spread out here, and we're in bad positions. And now we're just not distracted on the ball. We're deciding to push up, which is great. Ball wants to get positioned with the Tracer to look for a dive. And because we've realised that, we realise how the comp works. You know, we're now going in and taking the advantage while we can because they don't have ball. But Ball and Tracer are set back up already. They're already ready to dive the Ana, I'm pretty sure. Or McCree. They can either dive one of them. But us taking the initiative against the dive comp is really good. Now here, we need to play it safe. Both our DPS have went to point to stop the ball. There's a Tracer on an Ana. We can't play this far forward. Especially with Brig this far forward, in this position as well. There's no protection for our Ana. Brig's useless. Literally, there's no point playing a Brig with this comp if you're not going to play it to protect at least someone in this comp. Like, Brig here, you could have been the one to go to point instead of our DPS, and then we would still maintain frontline pressure. By going to point as well, you could still have helped our Ana. Our Ana could have run to point, and you could have protected her just a bit in the time for our DPS to, or for our frontline at least, to turn around and help. But we lost that because both our DPS went to point. There was a Tracer on Ana, which means our main source of healing was distracted. Our Brig was playing here, so she was already late to go in and help or get her passive unlocked. So we're just playing very spread out there without any heals, and we just die. And you can see how useful we were based on ult percentages. We're all around 50-60%. Brig's around 30%. We just don't need the Brig at this point. With this comp, because of what they're running, we should have switched to Orion's from the Orion's Aria onto a double shield, or a Orisa Diva to kind of do the ball torture comp. Because they're playing a dive, Ryan becomes useless against that comp, unless they go close range. The only time Ryan will be counted for useless is playing on point. He can swing on the Diva, swing on the healers maybe, but the healers should play back and play it smart. Ryan's just not going to get much value. Once Zari's bubbles are down, she's not going to get much value either. Against that comp, if we played a Diva, she can matrix stickies, Tracer Pulse, some of the damage from the Zen. I think a Diva's a better pick honestly here. If they opt to go top left, we do get value from Brawl, but normally we should not. Ball and Tracer are already set up behind. Now, just for a lot of this, like, I said this mid-scrim, because everyone just forgot about the Ball and Diva. Not the Ball and Diva, sorry, the Tracer and Ball. The Ball and Tracer literally just go around here, up here, hide behind here, and then wait for the team to engage and then go up the stairs. And in this time, we don't even look for them. We don't try and scout them. We're too focused on these. These guys are literally just waiting until they engage. If we just went in and pushed these guys, like, this Ball and Tracer would be absolutely useless. Like, this team fully relies on that Ball and Tracer looking for an engage. As soon as they engage, that's when this part of the team is going to engage. And yeah, we're just letting them group up, we're letting them make stuff. So yeah, I say that, we start to push. We get them out. And now we just back off, we get the Zen pick. And now we should be looking for the Ball and Tracer on flank. They have to regroup, they need time to regroup, we should be looking. But we're still looking forward, it is a flank comp. They literally sat here for so long. All they need is one good opportunity. Honestly, if our Ana just went down here and literally looked this way, you know, or someone did at least. There were so many times where you go to the bottom stairs and not even just go down. And look, they're starting to engage here. And when we see them just start to walk up, we know something's coming. Because that's when their ball and tracer should engage. Ball and tracer need to engage when they engage. So them engaging means we need to push one direction. We need to go hard on these guys, or go hard and fall back and try and catch the ball and tracer when they go for engage. But currently we're playing it very split. Anna's very unprotected in the backline because Brig's playing it forward, and we're in a bad position. D.Va's in us. We already used both our bubbles, I think there. Maybe we still have personal. But yeah, the ball and tracer are coming in to engage. Orion's playing it forward. D.Va's in there amongst our team. D.Va should be the primary focus. He was anti-ed. So, Brig's anti-ed. Okay, D.Va's no longer the primary focus. Brig's now the primary focus. Low HP, anti-ed. And she has rally. She becomes the focus. But ball and tracer now in. Ball's going for the slam. Good trans from them. But we're very split currently. They've now taken position on point. And we're fighting two different fights. Our McCree's about to kill the ball on point. Us three are wanting the D.Va here. Our May's trying to kill a Zen and Tracer. We're playing two different fights here. The D.Va isn't that big of a threat. The fight's already technically lost. We might as well help one of the DPS. I think in a better scenario, I think our Zarya should have dropped to help our May with this, potentially bubble her, and could have easily melted down a Tracer and Zen. But our May's in a bad position currently. And now our McCree's in the open and we drop late. I don't think there was any need for a rally there. It was basically a 4v3. The D.Va was already low HP, Zen was already half HP. Tracer's down there, she's not a problem. The rally didn't get much use. We rallied as soon as we got up the door. Ryan has rally, Anna, Brig has rally. Ryan only got a bit of rally because you ran through him. Our Zarya doesn't have rally, but honestly, we're all full HP. They are going to output 0 damage. There's no use for rally here. Fight's already lost. We could have used it next fight, since we don't really have a defensive ult. They whatever the fuck you call it, misclicked an ult. So now they don't have bomb. Even better for us. Now, here is where they start just being Papega, and we lose our focus completely. The ball literally is typing in chat at this point saying, "You don't see me, I'm not here," while he's main. Because one of us sees him main. And we're just not looking, we're not playing it, we're just joking around too much. If ball's gonna troll like that in a scrim and it's literally reveal his location, we might as well do something about it. Stun there was bad. We could have waited till ball was actually in high ground, stunned him, he was in the middle of our team, we would have got value. But you stunned ball and made him drop. It was a wasted stun. We could have had value if he dropped onto our team and stunned him before he slammed. Then we could have froze him. Aran shouldn't have dropped there if we did stun him up there. But now Aran and McCree have dropped. Ball's on the low ground. We have high ground advantage here. But we've lost high ground advantage for McCree, especially when he has high noon. Good shatter. We kill the D.Va. We need to drop that wall. But if we maintained high ground and high noon from up here, he would have killed a lot more people with the high noon instead of doing it from over here when they have cover from here and here. Boz used his shields, Zen's main. We could just push out the Zen with the McCree. Ryan could just easily just ward him off from pushing up here, and that's a fight lost on their side. Don't know why you're playing over here as Ryan, no reason for it. Great counter charge to save our Zarya, she should have probably died. You gotta play defensively here, just play to support your DPS. Ball's just completely feeding there. Zen's still surviving, Zen's completely outplaced. Ball's still half HP in our backline. Great grab there. Should focus the Brig first. And then kill a Diva and then potentially stagger her. I'd rather stagger in scrims because fun triggers low ranked teams and teaches them not to get staggered. Small. So yeah, we're set back up. We have High Noon again. We have Melt. They are now doing a brawl comp with dive. No, not dive DPS. Okay, they're now doing a brawl comp with Abap, Lucio, and they have Trace Pulse. So if they go top left, because they're using a speed, the Trace is still looking for a flank and looking for a pulse on one of our supports. They're going to speed in with Lucio, just look to whack us. They're at ult disadvantage, but they still have 2 minutes. If they come take high ground, we just Melt it, and that's a fight win for us. We shouldn't push onto them as they have more momentum and speed. If they push main, we just High Noon. They've rushed onto us. I think that's their speed already down by the time they're using, and we should already have melted here. Bad mail. It landed up here, which means none of them are in it. Maybe the Ryan is, but Ryan's got Bubble, who should be able to survive. Bad mail. I think you meant for it to go down there, but it landed on the stairs. And because we missed that, we're split off. Trust is on point. Our McCree and Anna have went to deal with it, so we're going into 5 people as 4 people, and we're in a bad position. We can potentially kill the Rhine, but yeah, we shouldn't have went in there. We've already warded them out with the mail, and we're just putting ourselves in a worse position. They've used lamp there, so that's down for 25 seconds, so we have that long to regroup and actually create a plan. Big shot, nice shot. Kreese should be the first target, which is great. Ryan's low now, so Ryan's the next target for us. Great High Noon. You used it early to stop Zarya from killing you. They've now wasted Lamp. Ryan's still the focus here because he's the lowest member of the team. Focus the Lamp and then we focus on Ryan. Good hoops from the ball. Lucio should have been the focus S because he was actually 1 HP. Kill the Ryan. Lucio becomes the focus and then the BAP next. Based on audio off HP. And we win that fight. They still have to pull some window, so we need to play more defensive. If they push here, up here, they can window toward us out. Smart play for them would be to come along here, speed to catwalk, window here, potentially High Noon as well. So we have to play very defensive here. They're our advantage. Zarya's literally pushing up alone here, and we should have engaged on her since the round was nowhere near. This Zarya's actually just feeding. She should die. Where is Lucio's playing away from the team, which is bad as well. So we should kill Zarya. If Lucio was playing with the team, they would have secured the kill because of speed. But yeah, she shouldn't be playing that forward and should get punished for it. Now they're being dum-dums pushing into you. We should just nano the Rhine here. Terrible window for them. Great deflect. And yeah, in this scenario, it's one of them times where the BAP has windows way too far forward and overestimated their push potential, and now we just push back through. They've wasted an ult, we've killed the BAP, they have no survivability, they're dead. That's a fight loss for them. Hopefully Tracer should die. Great, Pog, nice, okay. So yeah, we still have Nano, we have Blade now. So now we can look for a Nano Blade. They have to come in, so we can also just High Noon from the high ground as well. Dropping here early is good. Just because you need to have point pressure, otherwise they're gonna get pressure and we have none. That should be their next focus. He's low HP, they have no lamp, but surviving way too long being in a situation like that. And that's a 5 win. Nice from us.
Round one. Team kill. Score 0-1. Switching sides.
Okay, now we are on a tick. Let's see.
Ready for battle. 1. Attackers.
Okay,
incoming.
great. So we're looking for a Brawl Dive. Now their comp, they're playing a Sigma Zarya with meta DPS and meta supports. And because they're playing Sig Zarya, they have 0 frontline. Sigma Zarya is the type of shit you see in comp because it's an old meta that has no frontline pressure. They have very little heals, they have very little front line damage. We just run through the tanks and they die. Like Sigma, his shield becomes useless if we run through it. We should just run through the tanks. We win this. Zarya's playing way too far forward there. Look at where they're playing. Okay. Now, it's like I said on attack before. Now, let's go lighter green. So this is the only cover they have, is this little door and then back here. This is the cover they have. And like when we push past this cover, they have literally no cover back here. They're in the open of the DPS standing up here, but by the time we push here, we can go underneath here or underneath here to point. So we can either go up here, push this DPS, or go down here, push under and make our way to point. If the tanks were playing here, it's better position and it would take longer for us to push them as they have more cover and more range on us. But yeah, they're badly positioned and we should just push them out. Our Sombra isn't set up just yet, so we could have just waited a bit more. So yeah, we got to run through, but we got melted. Our monkey and tanks got melted. Zarya's dead, they have no tanks. Mercy's the next focus here, she's low, she's looking for a res. We should have pushed her. The fight's already lost just because we lost 2 tanks anyway. Now, we call for a reset here. Noodles, a lot of the times what you do is you don't play a very potent Sombra, especially in a comp like this. With this comp, you need to play a Sombra more potently. So being in the back line like this, hacking this Mega maybe, harassing the support in the back line, especially if we're pushing the tanks here. If you can hack the Zarya or the Sigma, they'll become absolutely useless. And then once you've hacked them, either one of them gets distracted on trying to find you or stop the hack, and then we speed onto them, or you can then be distracted on one of the spots. So 2 ways about it: hack one of the tanks, get them distracted on you, then push in, or go up here, hack one of the DPS supports, maybe hack the Echo, hack the Tracer if they're up here, or just harass the supports, then we push in, because you're going to distract them, and then the tanks will get less support. They do have the little advantage here, so it's in the Echo ult and Tracer ult. Yeah, once again though, we're just waiting here. We're not doing anything here. Be potent, do something with Sombra. Like, there's so much you could have done here. You could have went behind, hacked one of the minis, set up your trans up in the back line, like setting up here because no one's near here, and then just kept rotating over and over, just farming damage. Farm the EMP. We should at least get EMP every fight. Now here, Reaper's split. They've seen the opportunity. When we're playing Reaper with this comp, we need to play together. They have a Tracer, they can easily pick you off. The Zarya's notice your split as well, and they start to push you. We should push the Zarya here, but you shouldn't be split in the first place. One thing to notice about Monkey Boops, and this is why I've linked that dive coaching thing, is because when Monkey jumps, say if Monkey jumps here, you have basically a circle radius of like knockback. So when you jump the Zarya here, you knock the Zarya back, and then she got booped back and basically got out for free. One thing I would do with that dive training is just practice your jumps. And some maps like Numbani, if you want to jump top right, you want to jump behind them. So if you're there and the enemy's there, you want to get the knockback here, so it knocks them forward towards your team, so they go this way. It's just a little mechanical thing to take note of, but Zarya's got out for free there. And we just stop our push. The whole point why we're losing this is because Sombra's getting really no pressure. They're not being pressured by our DPS, and we're not playing grouped enough. We look on the Sig, we hack the Sig, we go full on the Sig. Mercy's next, because Mercy's literally in our team. And we've lost our tanks, so this is lost. So, we now have Cole, we're close to EMP Blossom, we should have got that way earlier. They have Echo, Tracer, they basically got 5 ults. So the way they want to do this is, we want to look for an early EMP Blossom. On this point, EMP Bomb is much better than an EMP Blossom, because it's plane split. If we hit a EMP here, we have to hit it, I'm going to do a lighter colour since darker colour, I mean, sorry. If we hit EMP here, it's going to hit the supports, it's going to hit the tanks, the plane split though. The only place we can really blossom is around that EMP, so we would have to blossom the tanks, and then it becomes a real waste for 2 ults for 2 kills. If we used an EMP bomb, shot it mid-air, it would, because they have hardly any cover here, it would pressure both the DPS and the tanks out. So really, we should have looked for EMP Blossom here. Sorry, EMP Bomb. EMP Bomb it. There's no cover. They're very split. There's no cover to go back to. And we have pressure when we do an EMP Bomb here. You just got to think about where you want to do it. If we played this against a standard brawl, and they were literally all playing in this area here, and we did an EMP Bomb there, perfect. The inner choke point, they're all grouped up. It's a great. But because of this spread out, if we just went for an EMP bomb, the bomb hits more range and it provides more pressure for us. But we start this fight and we should go in with Cole. Once again, Reaper's playing split, our Sombra's playing in our backline, which is already bad for us. We've already seen that the Zarya's tried to like push our Reaper out when he's played in this area, so I don't know why we keep walking that area. We play as a group, we play as a unit. You speed in, it was a late bubble, so you took way too much damage, and they've backed off here, grabbed yet, and we're in a bad situation. This should be lost here. That's a win for us. We only used Cole when they used a Grav, Pulse and Valk. So we basically use 1 ult for free. Since we don't really have that big of an ult here, we could use Beat as our engage, but we do need to look out for Flux, since we can also use Beat for a counter ult for that. No reason to really beat here, honestly. Like, the Tracer and Echo in the backline, the Sigma literally fluxed and backed off. The Zarya backed off. The only people that are really engaging is their DPS. I think, save beat, we could have literally just boosted heal or regen. If they pushed in, then beat, but there was really no need for that. Because look, they're still not helping the DPS. Bad, you just walked into them. You literally just walked into them in AMP, walked into them and they hit AMP Blossom. It's still, you're using 3 ults for 1 person because D.Va's the only real closer one you can get. And you still don't even secure the kill with it. Sigma literally killed himself. Bad bombs from both sides, but yeah. We'll split again, and at this point we're just fighting for no reason. If we're killing anyone, we kill the Mercy first, then we go on the Zen, and then we go on the Echo. There we go. That was a very scuffed fight. Yeah, it was very scuffed. they didn't really have anything, we didn't really have anything, so yeah. Hack the ball here, and we should kill the ball. Actually, we kill Sig first since Sig's thrown. Now we hack the ball and kill the ball. And yeah, that was just a bad contest from them. And now we have the momentum. They're going to ball Orisa here, so the way they want to do this comp is... Oh, it's ball Diva now, okay, fair enough, don't need to explain it. They're playing the meta comp now, so the full meta, they have trans again. We just push top right, we call in, we use Primal on the backline on the supports to just knock them out. If there's Zen transes, we just knock away the trans with Primal and it's a fight win for us. We do, however, need to set up the Sombra and look for a hack before we engage. We go up top. In this situation, Zen's so far up, we focus Zen first. The Mercy and Diva are in a bad position, we can push down here and kill these easily. And the ball's nowhere near. Diva decides to go back up and feed, so killing Diva there is great. We're very split again. We're looking to go for the Echo here, our Monkey's on the back line. Monkey's call is better. The Zen, the Mercy... Oh no, the Zen, Diva and Triss are closer towards us, we should have went for them. We didn't have a Sombra to really hack the Echo or hack the ball. So, and they're further away. And if we didn't pressure our Zen, we would have died to Zen. So yeah, that's a great primal since you had no support from your team.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
We should hack the ball here. The ball's 1 HP the entire time. But we still don't have Sombra, that's mad. The Sombra should have died. Decent Blossom, but if we want a Blossom we need to hack the Diva there. Ball use shields, we just killed Tracy here because Tracy's hacked. Okay. That's fine. Alright. We did well there. We're getting better at the comp, we just need to stop doing stupid plays. That's my dog barking, and that's me gone. If you did watch, or if you are gonna watch in the coaching channel, I hope it helped to smile. That's me out.